Hey guys, it's Sim. We're over here. Guess what we are bringing back? The accessory guide. It's been quite a while since I've done one, and it's about time we've done a brand new one. This one's going to be much more organized, and what we will do is we will focus on first what you should be aiming for. What do I mean by that? These are going to be the accessories that you yourself should be working on getting and maxing out, re-rolling the second effects to get the strongest setup of strong attack build like him, and then normal attack build like him, and then sometimes you have what we call balanced characters, and there are builds for them as well. So what we will do is take a look at the master list and focus only on the ones that you should be aiming for in the long run. Then I'll transition to what you should focus on in the short term when you're just starting the game. So first of all, I have this handy dandy tool here which lets me draw. So first off, for an attack build, these guys, the bunnies, all of these, you see you got green, purple, red, blue, orange. You want one of each color, okay? The only reason I have extra ones are because the second effects are different for each one, but essentially you want one of each attribute color. We have red, blue, green, and then you got orange and purple. So there are a total of 5 attributes, and you want one of each color for the Chappies. Your goal is to make the second effect of each Chappie to be attack 30%. So that means re-rolling your accessory second effect until you get attack 30%. Nothing else. That's your aim for an attack build. What else do you need for an attack build? We will scroll down here. Okay, since we're at these guys, let's go ahead and take a look at them. You notice we got some golden Chappies, the golden bunnies. And you notice I don't have very many of them. I have the green, I got the purple, I got the blue. Those ones are extremely difficult to attain. And that's not underestimating the odds to get these. I've been playing this game for 3 years now, I think, and I've only gotten 3 golden Chappies. That's nothing to gawk at. So if at all possible, try getting these, but I wouldn't give a lot of effort to it. Just as they come to you, that's what you'll do. And again, this is for attack build. Same as I said before, aim for second effect being attack 30%. Alright, now moving on. For attack builds, for the ultimate attack build, what you would want is, let's get the writing tool going. There we go. Okay, for the ultimate build for attack, again, golden accessories extremely hard to come by. These ones I circled are Pupples. And what are Pupples? Just showing you. Focus reduced to 0. Attack and stamina max 30%. There's a normal Pupples that has 20% attack and stamina. So golden moves this stat up to 30%, which is different from the regular Pupples, which we'll see later on. So again, you'd want attack 30% as a second effect for that. So in the ultimate build, you would have a golden Pupples and a golden Chappie in the ultimate build in a perfect world. So yeah, let's move on for the next part of an attack build. Alright. I feel like I'm on the elevator guide. At this floor, you'll be here. So these guys, these are called hollow baits. Hollow bait. Again, you want one of each color. That's going to be a theme here. Any accessories, you want one of each color. That way, for whatever attribute character you have, you always have what you need for them. Um, so hollow bait, what they do is stamina is at, when you max it out, it sub, it subtracts 30% of your stamina, which is fine because at the cost of what it does is it raises your attack by 30%, which is wonderful for a attack only build. And that gives you 30%. I mean, your second effect you would want to be 30%, just as all the other ones, so make sure that's your aim. You want to have second effect 30%. Now, as I said, in the ultimate build for attack, you have a golden chappie, a golden Pupples, and then there's one more accessory we're going to take a look at, but I'll show you the generic attack build and then the perfect build. So with that said, moving on to the next part of attack builds. There are some new accessories, like these ones, the knuckles. I won't get into too much right now, but we'll get to them later. Now we have the regular Pupples. Pardon my circling. Essentially, you only want one of each Pupples color. I just got spoiled getting extrons with max stats and different type of categories for the second effect, but starting out, your goal should be to have one of each Pupples, regular Pupples, and I'll show you what they do. As I mentioned before, it subtracts, it reduces your focus to 0, and then gives you 20% attack and stamina. And then you want to aim for second effect 30%. Now, that's the other one. Then lastly, for an attack build, I think we already covered it. It was at the top. Yeah, okay. So for a regular build where you don't have any golden type of accessories, you will want for each attribute, I'll just shorten it to, let's focus on one. Okay. So for example, for what you want to aim for is one chappie, and then here, let's try that again. Okay. You want this hollow bait, and and this. Okay? That's what you want for your regular attack build. End of story. Now, in the long run, if you're lucky and you're just amazing and you get the perfect build, for attack, it would be this plus this plus this. Hollow bait you do not want in the perfect build because it takes away stamina. The Pupples here gives you stamina, making your strength go up, and the Chappies give you 30%, and the Golden gives you 36% all stats, which is phenomenal. For what they do. Alright, and with that said, let's look at the okay, next, so we knocked out normal attack builds. Next up are strong attack builds. For a strong attack build, what you will want is these guys right here. I believe these are called Fortification Pills. They function exactly like a hollow bait does. It takes away stamina, and it gives you, at max, 30% spiritual pressure, which spiritual pressure is a strong attack stat that you want. Just to show you, there's an example. And instead of attack as a second effect, you want spiritual pressure 30% for your second effect. So that's going to be your aim. Okay? Alright, moving on. Next up, we have something called a Yuki Dispenser. These function similarly to a Pupples, which the Pupples is a dog, and so the Yuki is a duck. Again, golden accessories you're not going to have. So this is, again, in the perfect world, something you'd want. One of each Yuki attribute, one of each attribute for this accessory, just as all the other ones I'm going to explain them. So yeah, that reduces focus to 0 and increases your stamina and spiritual pressure by 30%. You want to aim for spiritual pressure SP 30% second effect. Moving on. Da 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 dum da da da. I think I passed. Did I pass one? Nope. Okay. This is probably making you dizzy. Okay. Tenshentais. Tenshentais. You want one of each color. Second effect, you want 30% spiritual pressure. That is your aim. For strong attack builds, this is what you want. End of story. And moving on, then we have the Yukis that are the regular ones, which these are going to be the easier ones to get versus getting golden. Golden are like impossible to get, so focus on getting these Yukis. Alright. And again, you want one of each color, and you want the second effect to be 30%. Get it? Got it? Good. Alright, so now, in the perfect world, the best build to have for the strong attack build would be... Alright. Let's focus on one that I know I have the best build for. Purple. Alright. Would be a golden Yuki, a Fortification Pill, and let's see, I have that on Ichigo, and I have that on Ichigo, and then lastly I have that on Ichigo. So what you would want is you want the golden Yuki, the Fortification Pill, and a regular Yuki. That's for the best build. Now, let's say you don't have a golden Yuki. Boo-hoo. Okay, well that's fine. What you should be aiming for then is for the strong attack build. If you don't have a golden Yuki, this is what you want. Fortification Pill. And a regular Yuki and a tenshentai. That's for regular builds. Alright. Next up is all stats. For all stats, it's a little bit trickier. But essentially, if you noticed, I have 2 of each fortification pill. Same goes for the hollow bait. You ask Sim Rover, why the heck do you have 2 of each? Well, take a look at what they do. As we talked about, they have spiritual pressure, the Fortification Pills do. 30% SP increase. The cool part is, while for strong attack builds you have 30% SP, if you're looking for a balanced build, you can put attack 30%, so then you get attack 30 and SP 30% increase. Now you'll see why that's important. Then you're going to be wanting the hollow baits at 2 each. Why is that? We talked about for an attack build, you want second effect 30, but for a balanced character build, you would want the hollow bait to have SP 30 and attack 30. So that way you have a fortification pill that gives you 30 attack and 30 SP, and then the hollow bait gives you 30 attack and 30 SP. So that's a 60% increase of attack and a 60% increase of SP, which is very, 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 very good. Then I'm not as knowledgeable in the best builds for all stats, but let me see if there's a way to... No, there's not. Okay. Well, I'll just run into them as we see them. That's my kitty cat. Let's see. Alright, here we go. No, draw. These two guys are ones you want. Those are special accessories. I'm pretty sure you can still get them. You'll just have to Google how to get these, but this is just telling you what accessories you want starting out. This is your goal to aim for all stats. These are colored accessories that give you an attribute-specific advantage of max 10%. You see at the top of the list, these are neutral items that are black attribute. There are no black attribute characters, as we know in this game. You can only get max 10% all stats. But because these ones are color specific, blue, oh, I lied. The neutral ones give you max 10% as well. Interesting. Well, anyways, you would want those ones. Then for all stats, you also want these two guys, because then we got the green, purple, blue, and orange. And lastly, you want this one. Okay. And I'm going to do one more. And this is for leveling up characters. Characters where you need to level up experience and maximize efficiency. So what accessories do you need for that? You need the Serite Bulletin. Wait, let's start that again. Alright, here we go. One of each of the regular Serite Bulletins. Okay. Second effect does not matter. Second effect does not matter, because this is just experience that you're trying to get. Then you want one of each color for the super Serite Bulletins. You'll notice they have kind of a red spiky POW symbol on Captain Genryusai in those pictures, so you want one of each of those colors. And last, but certainly not least, you will want one of each Super Serite Bulletin 4-star, maxed out, and lock that bad boy. Okay. And that's it for experience. So we've covered we've covered normal attack builds, strong attack builds, all stat builds. And then if you want to get yourself some moolah in the game and you're finding yourself short on coins, you will want one of each watch maxed out, 4-star, and you will want one of each 3-star watch maxed out. And you can see where I'm going with this. One of each watch 5-star. And this is again for if you need more coins for your soul trees and leveling up your characters. Okay. And let's just see how much time. Dang, 20-minute video. All right. And I'm gonna do a part 2. Part 2 will cover what do you do if you're just starting out. Excuse me. Oh, that was disgusting. It was like a wet burp. Oh, okay. Okay, so lastly, alright, so taking what I talked about, strong attack build, normal attack builds, and all stat builds. Now we're focusing back on strong attack build and normal attack builds. We recently got some new items in the game. Take a look. Arankar and Espadas gain 20%. This is at max level. Max 20% normal attack damage. So you're going to notice the first part's going to be specific to the type of character they are. Are they a Arankar, Espada? Are they a captain? Are they a human? Or are they no affiliation? So that's going to be character specific that this applies to. And you'll notice there's normal attack versions of those. And I'll show you all the normal attack ones. And as before, you will want one of each color for those. Okay. I don't have all those because they're new. Alright. Next up, you got humans. And this will give you strong attack damage. Max 20%. And because it's strong attack, you'll want it to be second effect max 30% SP. Okay. You want one of each of those. One of each attribute. Then these guys, the chairs, you will want one of each color. These are strong attacks for Arankars and Espadas, and you will want SP 30% as your second effect. Next up, you will want these bad boys. These are for no affiliation, similar to what you've been seeing before, but these are for strong attack, no affiliation. And you'll want 30% SP for the second effect. You'll want one of each color for these guys, the knuckles. Okay? These are normal attack for humans. So second effect, you will want attack 30%. Alright, next up, the Soul Reaper badge. You want one of each color, which as you'll see I don't have one of each color yet because they're still new. These are strong attack damage for Soul Reaper and captains. And you'll want SP 30% for the second effect for those. Then next up, these ones. These are no affiliation normal attack. Once, one of each soccer ball. And you want second effect, attack 30%. And lastly, you have one of each color for these guys. These are kendo swords, or whatever they're called, training swords. And these are for Soul Reaper and Captains for normal attack. And second effect, you want attack 30%. Alright guys. Whew, take a deep breath. I literally just did like a 25-minute video, but it's totally worth it. This gives you an idea of what to aim for. If you have no clue what accessories to focus on, now you know. This was a perfect explanation of what things you should be aiming for. But if that's anything, guys, remember, I'm about to do I will be doing a part 2 for this. And part 2 will focus on, you just started the game and you don't know which accessories to use in the short term. So we'll focus on that at a later time. But if that's anything, guys, remember, this is Simmer over here, and I'll talk to you all next time. Ciao, ciao.